So because we didn't upload an MLB recap today, I owe it to everyone watching today's video to put out some heat. And when I say heat, I mean the comment section is going to be spicy, because every time I do one of these ranking videos, you guys either love them or you hate them. But I'm looking at the rankings, and I would say for the most part, you should agree with all of these picks. But again, your opinion is your opinion, and if you disagree, please let me know in the comment section down below. There are only two requirements. One, you have to be under 25 years old, and number two, you had to have played in 2020. So guys like Wander Franco and Ali Rutschman, they're not going to be in today's video, but they're really good. These are going to be the top 15 players. So someone like Christian Pache, he would have been in the top 20, but I wanted to really condense it and save you guys some time. So 15 to 11, let's talk about those players real quick, because everyone really cares about the top 10. At 15, we have Dylan Carlson going into his age 22 season. He has unreal talent, a ceiling that can't be matched by many players in baseball. He's a switch hitting left fielder that is going to be a stud one day, but unfortunately, because he had a 66 OPS plus in 2020 and to start 2021 spring training, he has not been good. So I haven't seen enough to be able to say that he's going to be really good in 2021. However, I do think he's going to be better than Pache, so keep that in mind. At the 14th spot, we have Sixto Sanchez, who had a mid-3 ERA and FIP, and his nasty sinker combined with his off speed, that is going to translate to a lot of success over the next few years. At the 13th spot, Mike Soroka, who is coming back from a torn Achilles. Even with that injury, he had successful surgery. I believe that he is going to be bouncing back and be really good in 2021. At age 23, he's coming off a Cy Young Award season back in 2019. I believe he came in 6th place, so we know that he has the stuff to be one of the better pitchers in baseball, and a career 3.4 FIP, that's really good. But unfortunately, because the guys on this list, he's not in the top 10. At the number 12 spot, I can't believe that I'm putting him so low, but I have to see more from Ke'Bryan Hayes. At 24 years old, he's actually one of the older players in today's video. He had 14 extra base hits and a 202 OPS plus in 24 games just a year ago, and he's leading everyone in spring training so far in doubles with 6. The guy is going to be special, but I need to see more. The final player that we're going to talk about real quick, Gleyber Torres, at 24 years old, is not inside my top 10. Let me explain. He's not good at defense, and he suffered sort of the same fate as Javier Baez did in 2020, where their whiff rate just was not very good. He misses the ball a lot, and when you combine that with his below average speed and his not very good defense, yes, his ceiling offensively is one of the highest that you can get from an infielder, but for me, considering the fact that Ozzie Albies, who is the 10th best player under 25 going into 2021, he has a 10.4 WAR since 2018 compared to Gleyber Torres, who has a 6.6 WAR. Now again, I don't think that WAR is the end-all be-all of stats, but that just shows that Ozzie Albies is a more complete and well-rounded player when compared to Gleyber Torres. The offensive ceiling is higher with Torres, but really every other aspect of baseball aside from hitting home runs, Ozzie Albies takes the cake. So yeah, Ozzie Albies for me is ranked just ahead of Gleyber Torres. At the number 9 spot, we have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., who is 22 years old, and in 2020, he improved his OPS plus to 115, and he lost 40 pounds over the offseason, and so far through 10 games in spring training, he has a 600 batting average. What does that mean? He is seeing the ball well, and he's able to turn singles into doubles or doubles into triples because he's not carrying around all that weight. So I believe that he's going to play a better first base defensively. He's going to be more of a factor on the base paths, and with all that weight taken off, maybe his swing is a little bit quicker and more, compact through the zone. I'm expecting a big year from Vlad Jr. However, I don't think he's better than Eloy Jimenez. Eloy Jimenez was a monster, and it was enough for me to put him just ahead of Vladimir Guerrero Jr. because he's done what he was supposed to do. Everyone expected Eloy to be a hitting phenom, and that's exactly what he did with 14 home runs, a 140 OPS plus in 55 games, and he had 31 bombs in about 120 games back in 2019. So I really believe Eloy Jimenez can be a 40 to 45 home run guy over the course of a full 162 game schedule. That White Sox lineup is electric. Sure, his defense is not going to be the best, but he plays left field. You don't really need Gold Glove defense over there. So here's where we have to take into account 2019, because Rafael Devers was not himself a year ago. Sure, he had a productive 2020 with I think 13 bombs and over 40 RBI, so he was still really good, but 2019 was a year for the ages. He had 90 extra base hits and a 133 OPS plus back in 2019. Just absolutely electric. I fully believe that his defense is going to get better better as he ages as well. He's able to take a lot of walks. So overall, Rafael Devers for me is just a little bit better than Eloy Jimenez because he plays a more premium position. And when he's on top of his game, he's pretty much a god over there at third base. Going into his age 24 season at the number 6 spot, I am choosing the 2019 Rookie of the Year, Yordan Alvarez. In just 87 games, I can't believe this actually happened. In 87 games, he had 27 bombs, 52 walks, and an almost 180 OPS plus. He stole the show. They called him Air Yordan. I mean, when you're being put in the same sentence, whether it's a nickname or not, as Michael Jordan, who was called Air Jordan, that is very high praise. And considering his hitting prowess, the fact that his rookie cards are going for thousands of dollars, the hype is there. He's amazing at what he does. Yes, he's coming back from injury, but the fact that he was so elite in his rookie season, he's only going to get better. So for me, Yordan Alvarez is just a little bit more valuable than Rafael Devers because he's that guy offensively. Here we go with the top 5 players under 25 going into 2021. Boba Shet is claiming the number 5 spot at 23 years old. He plays pretty good defense. His outs above average was not even top 70% in 2020, so he can get the job done. However, he's not going to be Andrelton Simmons or Jose Iglesias over there, or even Trevor Story or Francisco Lindor. Offensively, though, he can keep up with the rest of them. So far through his career, he has 16 bombs, 8 stolen bases, a 140 OPS plus in 75 games. He is going to be someone special for the foreseeable future. I fully expect him to probably be a second baseman or third baseman in the next 5 to 6 years because, again, his defense is not his strong suit, but offensively, I mean, you're talking about Trevor Story, Xander Bogaerts, Boba Shet, Francisco Lindor, and Fernando Tatis as the cream of the crop. In terms of shortstops, that can also be elite hitters. And if I missed anyone, please let me know because I usually do. Oh, Corey Seager. I did not forget him. There we go, big brain moves. Luis Robert, as we call him in America, he actually came out and said that when he's in his home country, his last name is pronounced Robert, so he's fine whatever you call him. So don't hate me if I say Robert for the rest of the video. At 23 years old, he has to cut down the strikeouts. He had 73 strikeouts in 56 games in 2020, but in that small sample size during his rookie season, he hit a ball 484 feet. He was in the top 96% in sprint speed, and he was in the top 100% in outs above average. So he has a cannon for an arm. He's an elite defender. He has elite speed. He has elite power. He is a true, I would call him a 4-tool talent right now because the strikeouts and the contact, it was not there. So if he can get that 5th tool of contact, watch the heck out. Also, let me provide some context. The top 4 players in today's video, these guys were actually chosen over on Twitter. I did a poll. Who would you take for the next 10 years? So considering that is why Luis Robert was at the number 4 spot, even though he has unlimited talent. At the number 3 spot, we are going with Ronald Acuna Jr. Again, this was chosen by you guys over on Twitter. He is the Fernando Tatis of outfielders. He has insane speed. He has insane power. He has a really good arm. He's essentially Luis Robert, but a more complete version of Luis Robert. I can't wait to see what he does over the next decade. I believe in my heart that he is the one guy that has the best chance to become a 40-40 type player. That's 40 home runs, 40 stolen bases, but a lot of people say those are empty stats. He's also going to be an 850 to 950 OPS guy with really good defense. Ronald Acuna Jr., he's in the running for face of baseball. But the face of baseball and the number 2 player, according to you guys over on Twitter, 22-year-old Fernando Tatis Jr., he is elite at everything except for striking out. Sometimes he is prone to K'ing up, but that's okay. You can get better with age. Mike Trout, once upon a time, he struck out 184 times, and then it was 150, and then it was 130. So over time, you're going to see baseballs a whole lot better, and your vision is going to get a whole lot better as you age. I mean, unless you're Aaron Judge, because that dude still strikes out a lot. No shade on Aaron Judge. MVP caliber player, he's so tall. Maybe that's what it is. His strike zone is so big and he has to go so low to get the bottom fastball. That's why he strikes out a lot. That's probably it. But either way, Fernando Tatis Jr. is a once-in-a-lifetime talent. He's top 90% in practically everything. Again, except for avoiding these strikeouts. But here we go. The number 1 spot, the best player under 25 years old going into the 2021 MLB season is 22-year-old Juan Soto. He was the overwhelming favorite from the poll I did over on Twitter. He had 41 walks to 28 strikeouts in 2020 with 13 home runs, a 212 OPS plus in 47 games. Now, he's been electric in 2018 and 2019, so it's not like you can just just write it off and say, oh, it was a small sample size, he's not going to be able to do that. No, we're looking at Ted Williams 2.0, and that goes defensively as well. In 2020, he had -9 defensive run saves. He's kind of the Gleyber Torres of left fielders, insane hitting capabilities, but the defense is severely lagging behind. But when you put Juan Soto next to Fernando Tatis, God, man, Fernando Tatis is so good, but apparently everyone seems to think that Juan Soto is the guy for the next 10 years, and who knows, maybe he goes to an American League team and he's a DH, or if the DH finally comes to the National League, he can stop playing left field altogether. I just can't believe that they went from Bryce Harper to Juan Soto. I mean, that's like going from Brett Favre to Aaron Rodgers. Not very often do you get one superstar and trade him out for another once they're out the door. All right, everyone, well, that does it for today's video. I hope that you all enjoyed. I know that the comment section is going to have a few issues, but for the most part, I would say that I made the case for most of the guys on today's list to be at the position that they're in. But if you disagree with any of them, please let me know in the comment section down below. I'm probably thinking that Gleyber Torres behind Ozzy Albies is going to be the one big argument in the comments, but that's okay. I love some debate. Thank you all so much for watching. If you made it towards the end of the video, be sure to follow me on my social medias, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Twitch. It's all at Fuzzy from YT, and I'll catch you guys there. Stay safe.